Hey everyone, Christian here, and I happened to show up right when they are starting to put up more royal palms in the same strip mall that I did a video on a few weeks ago. So here's the uncovering. You can see they have a tarp that's been tied up at many points that keeps the wind from basically transpiring moisture out of the leaflets. It's not as important in some palms, but with more tropical plants, they'll turn completely brown. And let's see if they need to get it. No, and we're good there. And so I wonder if they think I'm filming. So anyway, so there you go. There's the unveiling, and you can see the root balls there, and they're looking very nice. They should be untied right now, not only for the purpose of they're sitting right there, and the ropes. I mean, I'm sorry, the rope is sitting at a level where they can actually get up to it, and not where it's 30 feet up in the air. But royals don't need to be tied up for any period of time. That's more of for more coryphoid palms like Bismarcks, sables, that sort of thing. So these look pretty decent. They have a nice fat trunk to them. The crowns look okay. There's a little bit of browning on that one, but that could just be they pulled off a leaf prematurely, which isn't a big deal. But you can see the cranes there ready to take it up, and you got this guy over here on the left that's telling him what to do, and probably doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, I'm sure he thinks he knows what he's doing, but considering the other plantings that have been going on here, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in this. But we can do a little update in a few weeks and see how they are doing. Now the ones I might do an update on the ones I did before. They are mostly brown, and they still haven't untied them, and it's kind of upsetting. I'm not going to move my camera here, so you can see there's a couple. There's one with a really bad crown right there. So let's get back to here, and this is kind of candid camera, so I apologize if there's a little thing in the corner there, but it was kind of cool to see the unveiling right there, and I surprised they're actually doing it in this close of quarters. There's a lot of cars around, and that crane's going to have to move those plants and pivot them at least the diameter of them, which there are cars in that area. So I don't know, hopefully they have good insurance just in case something happens, because that will crush a vehicle. Someone's in it, that's even worse. So I'm not sure really. I can't see the name of the transport company. It doesn't mean the company doesn't mean that's necessarily the company that owns the plants or sold the plants, but you can tell they were dug out of the ground. Obviously they're going to be in the ground. There's no pot that can hold there are pots, but they are so rarely used. So the root balls look pretty decent. They're a little bit, they're about average for a royal, and like I said, the plants don't look that bad. They look very healthy. They've been, they cut off a few of the lowest fronds, which is not a bad idea when tying them up, because it can get very bushy and hard to kind of work with. The top one's crown looks a little bit thin, as in like it's missing a number of fronds. So, but so far it looks like they properly brought them. You can see that there's like a sawhorse sort of contraption on the flatbed, and so we'll see if. I wish I could stay here for the whole thing. It's probably going to take 30-45 minutes just for them to get him off the flatbed, but they're loosening the ratchet straps on the flatbed, and they are getting all the straps off the plants, and then they're going to start moving them into upright position, or into a kind of a diagonal position, where they're going to pivot the weight properly and then kind of move them. They're going to untie the burlap, and this is what they should be doing, untying the burlap right before it goes to the ground, and then drops it right in. You can see there's a guy on the right just digging the hole properly. So there's one over here that this one has a pretty crappy crown. I showed you guys that about a few minutes ago, and there's a couple others that have been planted here. I just don't want to draw too much attention to myself, because I'm sure that guy looks like the kind of guy that would be happy to get it into a confrontation, but apparently someone in Venice knew about my videos, so who knows, So anyway, it seems like there's a couple guys that are in the two foremen there in charge. One guy's sitting up on the truck, on to the right of the flatbed, and other guys there undoing or rolling up the straps. So I'll come back to this, maybe tomorrow, even if they're planted, and see how well they look, and we'll kind of get an idea of how good of a job they did. We'll kind of be like the little critiquer, and hopefully you can see right there the guy who's putting the strap on. That's really kind of where, that's a little bit on the, hopefully they're putting 2 straps on. That's a little bit too far up the plant to be, there we go. Since they're moving it now, I'll let you guys watch. That might be okay, actually. I think they're just getting them into an upright position. Yeah, there we go. So, kind of caught this just right in time. I'm kind of happy I was able to do that. Let's see if we can't see that there. So it's going to go, I'm not going to be able to catch the whole thing, but if you can see the base there, it's kind of, maybe they're going to stand them up. Oh, and it had a little bit of lift off there. Oh, it's moving. Let's see what happens here. Wish I could get on the other side of the flatbed to see exactly, but that is a flying palm, everyone. It's a flying royal, the rare flying royal species. So let's see if we can't get. I'm gonna keep on rolling and see if we can't watch it go. See how they go ahead and So they actually were able to get enough leverage. I thought they were gonna go lower on the trunk, but I can't really get where they're planting oh, there we go. So we can see they're planting in the ground there. Looks like JVCC is the name of this. Oh, that's not that name of that truck. That truck has nothing to do with this. So they're planting on the ground. I'm curious if they're gonna try and plant it right now. Let's see here. Is that an electric jack? What are they doing there? Yep. Or it's a gas powered jack. No. It could be electric. A 220 volt electric. But yeah, I can't really get any closer to kind of show you guys what's going on in the hole. But there's an idea of how, palms are kind of transported, taken off of. Here, let's get this. There we go. Transported, taken off of flatbeds, and hopefully don't. Now they should have gone ahead and just. They should have gone ahead and untied the fronds right there. So that's kind of like problem number one. It's rained yesterday. It's going to rain today. All that water sits in the crown. Hopefully they don't brown off. We'll see what happens. For some reason, there's a state trooper here, probably in case there's an issue or something, but a little weird. But there's the root ball. It's pretty solid. I'm looking at the soil. It looks like it came from this coast, just looking at the base. There's no oolitic limestone, nothing from saying it's saying that it came from Homestead. It came from this coast. It looks like a sandy clay, and let's see if we just can't keep on rolling footage here. Sorry, I'm just trying to be a little commentator here. Looks like they're just plopping it right in. Let's get a little zoom in there. There we go. And in it goes. And so they you move it in a little bit at an angle, and then you kind of just, usually they give it a little jiggle so it kind of moves the soil around, and they kind of right it up. So there's the righting of the erecting of the palm. And there's the crown. It looks okay. Could look better. There's really no reason for it not to look better, other than they're just like lower grade palms. So, but yeah, that's going to be about it. They're going to start strapping it up, but that's going to take a little bit longer. I got to get going, but I hope you enjoyed watching the planting of mature royal. I just kind of came across this, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification. I go live quite a bit. And if you have any questions about specimen transplanting or want to get a specimen palm, look at the information down below, or you can comment, and I'll have my email and stuff down there. So I will talk to everyone later. Thanks for watching.